speaking. So 32% is definitely given its attention. Now what happens to the 45%? If you see the leadership roles in Toastmasters, all leadership roles are derived at honing your listening skills. Everything, you need to be a timer, you need to listen. Not only to the speaker but also to your clock. You need to be an accountant, you got to listen. You need to be a word master grammarian, you need to listen. You need to be an evaluator, you need to listen. So that's where the entire gamut of operations lies in Toastmasters when it comes to honing your 45% of your points. Now you may ask, so that means Toastmaster is actually ignoring the other part, that is writing and that is reading. Now it's a well-known truth for all of us that the more you want to speak, the more you have to write. Because if you don't write, you can't speak. Anything, for that matter, if I call a person now and say, come on, talk about the crisis which is happening with respect to the Indian rupee. Now you will make your own bullet points and then come down. That's an involuntary action. Nobody will be able to tell you that. Right? So that's how if you link 32% plus 7%. So 7% of your writing will help you 32%. And this is the figures which is Harvard published, studied across the world for 1500 top people in the world. It's not my figure or your figure. It's not Chota Bhim, it's not you or it's not me or it's not workaholic. It's everybody's figure with the 1500 top people in the world. Now the same logic applies to this particular story of listening and reading. Now again, the more you read, the more you will be able to listen. By the way, let me ask you an off-topic question. How many of you enjoy reading? Not your principles of marketing, operations, research, Philip Kotler, no. And even for that matter, not even Chetan Bhagat. Okay. How many of you, by the way, are fans of Chetan Bhagat? Wonderful. See, that is how you will become if you become fans of Chetan Bhagat. So don't do that. Okay, good. I'm glad that you don't have any Chetan Bhagat fans. You have? Okay, good. No comments. Don't take it personally. Okay. So, how many of you enjoy reading? Okay. What type of books you read?
Fiction.
Okay. Which is the last book you have been reading now?
I finished the Shiva trilogy.
Okay. Good.
East and West, the last governor of Hong Kong.
Okay.
On a Stranger Tried, Amitabh Ghosh.
So, Amitabh Ghosh fans. Jump. Yes, ma'am.
Sea of Poppies. Sea of Poppies was the last one.
So good. So the more you read, the better it is for you because you will be developing that particular skill of listening. So this is what Toastmaster does it. Now you will again ask me that, okay, this so we knew listening, writing, speaking, this is all common sense, why are you talking and why do we need this particular thing? Okay, now I'll tell you a story. Okay. How many of you know about this particular person called as Attapattu? Marvan Attapattu. When I say Marvan, everybody is like, Attapattu, Uttappa, what are you talking about? Okay, so Marvan Attapattu, he played for South Africa. Sri Lanka. He was a bowler. Now I know that you have more data than me. Right? Okay. Now, how many of you know how did he make his debut? Duck out, first innings.
No, for the first 5 or 6 minutes.
Let me tell you a story. He has a point, but then he doesn't have the dates. That's where I have that one. So let's listen to me. Okay. So Attapattu made his debut, and for the first 2 innings, what he got a chance to play, he scored 0, a majestic 0. Okay. First inning 0, second inning 0. Sri Lankan team that time was filled with talented people, so they did not have second chance. So they immediately dropped him. Now Attapattu went back to the nets, more net practice, more domestic circuit cricket, more runs, more hard work, and then he was ready, filled with records again at the domestic circuit in Sri Lanka, and said, okay, now give me a chance. Then the time came, he was given a chance after 24 months. Remember the day he made his first duck and the second duck? From then, 24 months he had to wait, that is almost 2 years, to get back to the Sri Lankan team once again. Now he came back, again he played, first innings duck, second innings 1 run. Then again he was dropped. They said no, this is not the way we want you. We wanted you to be a match winner and you have performed so well at the domestic circuit, but what is happening at the national, international level? No. Now again he goes back to the nets, more net practice, more runs, more hard work, more records at the domestic circuit, and then after that he gets a third chance. That is after 17 months. So he has bettered his record from 24 months to 17 months. Now he is back into the Sri Lankan team. Again he gets the chance. Old habits die hard, no? So 0, first innings, and then second innings again 0. Then the entire Sri Lankan media goes berserk. They says, this guy lacks international match temperament. He cannot play. He is a good player in the domestic circuit. He cannot play international matches. So they write him off. This guy goes back again to the net practice, more net practice, more runs at the domestic circuit, more hard work, and then this time, after 3 years and 4 months, 3 years and 4 months, he comes back, and he comes back to go on to hit 5,000 runs, 16 centuries, 6 double centuries, and also to become the captain of the Sri Lankan team. The rest, as they say, is history. Now, why did I tell Maru Natapattu's story? Toastmasters is like your net practice, where you come back again and again and again and you practice, because, let me tell you one thing, it's not that you come to Toastmasters, you become a member, you pay your dues, and then you become an extraordinary speaker like Barack Obama. It doesn't happen. Mahatma Gandhi, it is written in his autobiography, when he stood up to fight his first case, he could not speak a word. So he had actually taken 30 rupees to fight that first case. Then he comes back, he goes to one Mr. Patel and says, you fight the case, charge 51 rupees, I'll pay you 30 rupees back to the client, but then make him win, because I've got the moral responsibility that the client should win. And he walks out. And he tells to himself that till I am confident enough to stand in the court of law, I will not take a single case. And next, after some time, whatever Mahatma Gandhi said and spoke, he is now quoted by leaders after leaders, generation after generation. So, you need practice. Which will give you practice? It is this place. So, in Toastmaster terminology, we call that as stage time. You get stage time. You know, 2 things we do in Toastmasters ceremoniously. Number 1, appreciate you irrespective of the pathetic speech you have given the last time. And more importantly, during that pathetic speech we clap. We applaud. In fact, you saw when Srinidhi said, I finished 2 years in Toastmasters, almost involuntarily we started clapping. Because the only thing which is common in Toastmasters is positive energy and positive appreciation. You get that, and I believe this, when you come on stage and you lose the word, you lose the line, you forget what you want to say, and then you have 2, 3 nice people in the audience who are genuine, who want you to complete that speech, then you know what I'm talking about. That's the way it is. So now you know, you are able to relate the story with the practice, with this entire particular thing, because there is a system which is in Toastmasters which will bring you back to that square one again and again and say, now start. Now restart, now better it. In fact, to better this particular gesture, you can use 10 speeches and better that. I had a problem personally that I used to use a lot of you-knows. Now can I ask any volunteer now, from this point onwards, till I continue to speak for the next maybe 5 minutes or 7 minutes, count the number of you-knows I am going to use. Not this one, after this. Okay, I had a problem and I never knew. In fact, I'll tell you one more thing from my own life. As I told, I belong to education institution. So in education institution, 3 things are very common. One is you got to be on stage to keep speaking all the time. Annual day, sports day, cultural day, X day, Y day. Okay. 2, whatever you speak does not matter, because it is ceremonious that okay, the CEO has to speak for 15 minutes. And 3, whatever you speak, people will listen, because they are brought in herds. Like, okay, sit down. Now he's going to talk. When I used to speak, all of them people used to come to me after the speech. Not all, at least few of them used to come and say, wonderful, very good confidence you have on stage, nicely you speak. But then after I joined Toastmasters, which I said 2 years ago, and now I continue to speak, the same people or different people come up to me and say, what you spoke made sense. Somewhere I connected with what you are speaking. Somewhere that particular line or quote or story, I would feel that this is how life has to be lived, or this is what it is to be. Now look at the difference. Initially also people used to come and praise, but they used to praise not me or my speech, only my confidence. That is why, okay, by nature somebody has gained that, okay, I have gained it, I can stand on stage and then stand and speak. Fine, I don't have to shiver, that's fine. But then, what am I making? Is it actually making sense, or everybody is enjoying their own trance when I am in my trance? But then after Toastmasters, what happened? It helped you hone your content, where people comes up and tell that what you speak more sense. That means they listen to whatever I spoke. It's not just they saw me speaking, they heard me speaking. Got it? So these are the differences which Toastmasters can make to you in this particular. Now you say, sir, fine, Marwan Attaputtu example, you gave Toastmasters, net practice, everything is fine, we come up on stage, every time we falter, we fall, people will come and say, no problem, you continue to speak. But how do we know, where do we stand in the outside world? How do we know? For that reason, in Toastmasters, we have something called as contests. We have something called as a contest where you prepare a speech, and then you come up on stage and you give and fight it with other speakers who come up on stage and speak. And contests are there in all the categories. In your international speech category, which is your prepared speech, there is another category called as the humorous speech, then there is another category called as an evaluation, and there is another category called as the table topics, which is impromptu speech. So in every category what I said, you will be contesting and you can contest. And when you contest, you can prove your worth in front of the audience. And that happens at the club level, that happens at the area level, that happens at the division level, that happens at the district level, and it also takes you up to the international level. And if you can claim to be the champion there, you will be given the title of World Champion of Public Speaking. And believe me, forget about the title, forget about the entire thing. As they say, the taste of the pudding lies in its tasting, right? It's not about looking at it. The journey what you take to go from that level to the next level will make you a different human being. You can go on the internet today on your YouTube and just type World Champion Public Speaking Speeches or World Champion Speeches and just listen to those 5 to 7 minutes. It will change your perspective of how to speak on stage. Just 7 minutes will change your perspective. You don't need to attend a session or read a book. That's the way it is developed, it is designed. And today, Toastmasters is present across 14,350 clubs in 122 countries with a membership base of 292,000 people. That's the kind of expanse it is. So that's what Toastmasters can bring to your life. Now you decide what can you give it back, because like any movement, the more you give, the more you get. The results are directly proportional to the efforts. Now how do you want to do it? It's up to you. So this is what it is, and let me also tell you, it's not for only MBA students, it's not for things. We have another club in Hyderabad called as Gavel Club. They are school kids come. In fact, there is a video on Toastmasters of AP page. If you can go to the Facebook page and type Toastmasters of AP, there is a video where a 12-year-old boy or a 14-year-old boy has attempted a table topics, which is an impromptu speech, and I'll tell you, the same topic, if it is given to me or to anybody, we could not have done even 50% justice to what that guy has done. Brilliant! Right from the word go till the second minute completion, that guy was firing all his blaze. That's what it is. So it's up to all of us as to how we can learn and how we can grow. Now you may ask me, that fine sir, this is all fine, we get this, we get that, we know this, Toastmasters is very certified, it is present across the world and everything. What is in it for us? That's the question with which we began, right? What is in it for us? Why should I do it? Let me come down to students level. Let me come down to the real self. It's not about CEO speaking, it's not about a software guy speaking, it's not about some top person speaking or anything. Let me come to the real self. You get 3 things from Toastmasters which is guaranteed. The first and the most important thing is friends. Today you have so many friends in your college, but then once you move out of your college, you all know what happens. You get so busy with everything. That's why alumni meets are so popular today. And some cases it becomes more formality. Okay, so you have to expand naturally, but then you got to also be happy. So with your friends, you're always at yourself. So Toastmasters will give you a lot of friends. Personally for me it has given me a lot of friends. As Srinidhi said, 2 years of journey has given her a lot of learning, 2 years of journey might have given me a lot of learning. But what I relish even more is the kind of friends which I have made and which I am eager to make in the next few more years. Because they are the people who are going to be with you all the time. It's not just for your speeches. It's not just for clapping. It's not just for tapping your back. It's not just for encouraging. It's for you, and they are there with you all the time. So that's the first gain you get. The second gain what you get is it's fun. Just imagine, you enter a club, you have 3 people speaking, and three of them speak about different topics, so much of effort gone behind it, and those 7 minutes of wonderfully crafted speeches to you. And then you have table topics, you have evaluation, you learn so much, and then you learn the fun way. Because here there is no teacher who is going to come on the stage and say, okay guys, listen, write down, or I am going to tell you got to listen. It's all about sharing. It's all about peers. It's all about I say you listen, you say I listen. It's all that. And the last and the most important thing which you get in Toastmasters is fame. There are people who are actually, or rather who were not even known to their immediate relatives that this guy or this girl existed. But today, because of that one speech, they have become so popular that the entire paparazzi move around them because one line what he spoke in that particular speech has become so popular. In fact, here sitting with us, there is one guy called Rajshekhar. He will come now next and talk to you. Okay, I don't want to talk anything about it, but then I want to talk only one thing, which is his biggest contribution to the entire Toastmasters fraternity here, where people talk about that or rather use that word so often. In fact, he has added that word to the dictionary of ours in Hyderabad. And that word is, I'll come to that later, but then I have to talk about him first before I come to that word. This guy made his Toastmasters debut in Bangalore. Okay, he started Toastmasters journey like you people when he was an MBA student, and then he went on to achieve the greatest levels of all the 4 contests. In fact, he has gone to the top level in all the 4: evaluation, table topics, humorous speech, as well as international speech at the district level. Then he moves his base to Hyderabad because he is born brought up in Andhra, and then he chooses a profession which he will come and share here. Okay, he goes all that, but then the way he came up and then he started speaking and then he started mixing with people and then making friends and then influencing them. Today, every other person uses that word and then somewhere in the heart of hearts give tribute to him because he has contributed to their betterment. And that word is bakwas. Okay, he has brought that particular word that today involuntarily we use that word bakwas for everything without even we realizing does it make sense or does it fit in there? No. Now why I am trying to tell you is these are the kind of things which will actually give you that kind of a following, that kind of a thing. And tell me one thing, honestly, touch your heart and say, how many of you here do not want to become famous? Is there anyone in the room who do not want importance, who do not want attention, who do not want to become famous? But yes, we all want to become famous for the right thing. And here you get the stage to perform and also to present what you believe in the right way, to the right people, in the right measure. If you can do that, the world is yours. Just imagine, you just have to cross 6 levels and you will be termed world champion of public speaking. 6 levels, that's it. And you need 3 speeches. 3 good speeches, 6 levels. You are a world champion of public speaking. The choice is yours. And there is no age limit. To become Sachin Tendulkar, you need to start cricket at 13. But to become a world champion, you don't have to start at 13 of public speaking. So the choice is yours, guys. So take it up. This is what I have in store for you. I am not here to tell you about the protocols and the formalities and the parliamentary procedures of how Toastmasters work. That I am sure that you all will gain when you are in the momentum, on the movement. But this is what it is. So take it up, spread the word and try to make most of it. And as Srinidhi said, this or somebody in the audience gave an answer that Toastmaster is a non-profit voluntary organization. Now I don't get paid for whatever marketing or publicity I did, or Kaustubh does not get any commission for bringing us here and spending time with all of you. Okay, it's for you and your good. So take it up and take it to the next level. We look forward for some champion speakers, champion leaders, and wonderful human beings from IMT. Thank you.
Okay. I'll tell you why I got interested in that, and before that, I just will tell you some words about me, what I do, what is my profession and all. My name is Raj Shekhar, age 22. 6 years back, and I'm IIT dropout. I mean, very early in my life, I dropped the idea of getting into IIT. And then I did my MBA like all of you guys. And just like people after doing MBA, if they don't get placed, they call themselves entrepreneurs. And then I started calling myself entrepreneur. I started doing my own thing, freelance training. And then just like people who don't get money after becoming an entrepreneur, they call themselves social entrepreneurs. So now, now I am a social entrepreneur. But yeah, my profession is, I'm a stand-up comic. I'm a stand-up comic. From last 1.5 years, I have been a stand-up comedian, and in the last 1.5 years, I did around 80 shows across India. I do a lot of corporate shows, college shows. I performed at a lot of venues. So that is my profession. I just make people laugh and take money. For you guys, it's free today. So Srini told she will pay. You don't take pictures, man. You know, like I get really distracted because in my Facebook, a lot of people don't recognize me when I come outside. Because Photoshop and all we use notes. Like here, like face to face, we don't even recognize. Some of my friends I can't recognize in Facebook. They are using that much Photoshop. We can't help it. Okay, let me not distract. So this stand-up comedy as a profession. Before becoming a stand-up comic, I was a trainer in one company called Max New York Life. I don't know whether they are still together. Now they are calling Max Life Insurance, something like that. Okay, so I was the trainer in that insurance company. I was the insurance trainer. So after 1.5 years, I decided, okay, fine. Now let me become a stand-up comic. So how and what is the role Toastmasters played in me shifting a job from being a trainer of some insurance policies which I don't even care to something which I do care a lot today, that is making people laugh. How do we learn something? I mean, whenever we want to learn something, how do we learn? There must be some procedure, right? How do we learn? I mean, you don't have to raise your hand, you just shout the answers.
First to unlearn everything. Then
First unlearn everything, okay?
start
Start fresh, okay? Good, I think in terms of technical education, you guys are right there. Good technical answer. Unlearn, learn and relearn. I heard this phrase a lot of times because I myself told a lot of people. Okay, fine. Okay, any other, yeah.
Listen to that person without having your own perception and that.
Listen to that person without having your own perception. Listen now. Okay. And even Chandrasekhar was telling you what we have to do to be our counter. What is the role we have to do? Our counter, what he does? Listens, listener, listens, evaluator, listens, husband, listens. So generally Toastmasters are good husbands. You can ask Alfred, he will come here and speak about it. Okay, let me not give it. So how do we learn something? When something new is there, new skill, how do we learn it?
By watching.
By watching, okay? There is one word which aptly describes how do we learn. That is the first step we all take when learning something. Observation, applying,
Feel it or experience it.
feel it or experience. What is deep word? Feel it, okay.
motivation.
Understand, motivation, inspiration, desperation. Thank you. Okay, let me tell you a story. This is my favorite story, and I'm sure all these three people have heard it a lot of times, but still laugh. Okay. So this story is my favorite story. 100 years back, there was no Toastmasters at that point of time. So there was one guy who wanted to learn public speaking, who wanted to be the best public speaker in this entire world. So he went to his friend and asked, how can I be a public speaker? And his friend said, very simple, go to some church. Every week there's a father who comes and gives a sermon, learn from him, because those days church fathers are the best speakers, public speakers, because they keep giving those sermons. So this guy, very enthusiastic, he goes, sits in the first row, waiting for the church father. Unfortunately, that day, church father decided to do something different. He decided, I'll play with audience's emotional work. He comes there on stage and says, I have a confession to make. Church father only confessing. Okay, fine, continue. And then he says, I have been sleeping with a woman. Church father, he is trying to become a father. And then the day continued. She is my mom. This girl, wow. What a beginning, what a shocking beginning. Wait, I'll try this. He went to his office. There was a huge celebration, huge gathering, 700 employees, CEO, CFO, everyone is in the first row. He goes there and says, I have a confession to make. CEO was like, who is this guy? He is our employee. And then he said, I have been sleeping with a woman. What is his HR number? What is his number? Employee number? And then looking at this guy forgets the punchline. He was like, I think she's church father's mom. So generally, whenever we learn something, we learn by imitating. We imitate someone. That is how we learn something like kids, whatever it is. If you want to be a comedian, you will imitate Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli, not Ishan Sharma obviously. And if you want to be a management guru, obviously you will imitate Peter Drucker or Robin Sharma. And if you want to be a spiritual guru, you will imitate Swami Nityananda. So it depends on you. It's up to you. It's up to you. It is up to you. So we'll imitate someone and then learn. But then again, there will come a time where we have to stop imitating and then start finding what is it which makes us unique. If we don't find that, somewhere down the line, we will be known as the best imitator, but we'll never be known as someone unique. So why am I telling all these things is, there are 3 ways where I look at Toastmasters, where I feel has made a difference to me in 3 ways, 3 different ways. And I think these 3 ways are important to all of us. The first one is the cushion it gives to us. It gives us the cushion, like Chandra was also mentioning, it gives us the cushion to come here and fail. Because here you can fail. Here you can fail and still feel comfortable about it, because outside there if you fail, the world will make sure that you feel even more miserable. There's no doubt about it. I still remember the first show which I gave. It was in IIIT Hyderabad. 700 audience, and I was, at that time they were still not sure whether to give Telangana or not, and I had one small joke about Telangana. Okay, I'm not anti-Telangana, okay, and I'm not even anti-Andhra. So it's a small joke. It's a small joke. I cracked the joke. IIIT students, I thought they'll understand. They understood. And then everyone started shouting Jai Telangana. 700 people, imagine, they started shouting Jai Telangana. That is my first show. I was standing there, I was like not sure what is happening. I thought, but they are encouraging me. Then I realized they are not encouraging, they are threatening. Within 2 seconds, they started shouting, get out. I said, we are already in an open theatre, I said. That joke pissed them off. They said, you go out of this. I said, should I really walk out? I think that is the worst thing to do as a comedian. You should never ask the audience. Okay, if you ask the audience, say, yeah, please walk out. What is it doing? So then I said, please walk out. They said, I walked out. I felt so bad, very bad. I came off the stage, ate pizza and went home. Pizza was free. So, that was the first show. Okay? There, let us say, for example, if I had not known Toastmasters by then, probably I would have quit there. I would have really quit there. I mean, it's like, I was earning good money as a trainer basically, it's like even I am not teaching anything, they are paying me, so it was good, cool, very cool. Okay, but Toastmasters gives you the cushion to fail. It gives you a scope, it gives you a chance to come and experiment whatever your ideas are. I have known a lot of people from the last 5 years who when joined Toastmasters were in very, very bad shape when it comes to speaking. But I have seen people growing a lot as speakers, as leaders, and then that started replicating in their personal life and professional life. Which is something which I really feel good, because forget about my own experience, but looking at people doing that, it also inspires you and it tells that, okay, fine, this is one place where I can fail and I can still be sure that there are people who understand my failure rather than criticizing me or laughing at me. That is something which Toastmasters does wonderfully well. And second thing it does is, it gives you that focus which you require. Why do I say focus is, there's something which is pretty interesting which I want to share. When I started taking part, there are a lot of contests which Chandra said. There is one contest called humorous speech contest, where 5 to 7 minutes is the time you have to go on stage, 5 to 7 minutes, you make people laugh and come back. Really simple basically. That is what everyone thinks. Okay, I also thought. And then I went on stage 5 to 7 minutes. I wrote a wonderful speech. I was expecting nothing less than an applause for every joke. I cracked a joke and I paused so that audience will laugh. Audience also paused. No one laughed. And for 7 minutes it was pin drops and no one was laughing. Yeah, please. While going, deposit 100 rupees here, we are charging late come fee. You are where?
Very hard to practice.
See, I am also a practitioner. And my practice is to take money. Okay, we are just joking. Okay. Relax. Relax, sleep for another 15 minutes. Then one more speaker will come and
Thank you.
yeah. Okay, so where are we?
Nobody clapped. Nobody
All you remember. If I ask some positive things which I tell, that you won't remember. This guy failed, that I remember. No one laughed at his joke. Okay, fine. Joking, huh? Okay, fine. Don't feel bad. Seriously.
I will not.
Toastmasters. See, that's what I'm saying. Toastmasters are always like this. They won't feel bad. Okay, so coming back. So this set of environment which gives you the ability to come back again and try it out. Because there are people to help. And I have found some of the wonderful people here in Toastmasters. I have found some wonderful friends. Can I share that one incident which happened? Like I met with an accident. Okay, there's a steel plate inside this right arm now. You can all see this scar. Okay, so there's a steel plate inside, and there are 6 screws. So basically, I'm screwed. So when this accident happened, they had to cut it. They had to put the steel plate inside. They put a huge bandage, and then there is something. They put a device which will collect the bad blood it seems. Because there's a bandage. But there's also a small pipe which is like, twisted, and then it's connecting it to the, skin. And from that, all the bad blood is coming out and collecting in a can. That can is kept it like this. I had this sling, the can is kept it like this. They said after the operation is done, 2 days later, we'll remove the tube. So 2 days later, Chandrasekhar and me, we went to the hospital. So the nurse, cute nurse, decent nurse. Decent. So she said, why don't you come over? And then we went inside, we were standing there, she said, before I remove the band-aid, I have to remove the tube. I said, okay, fine. How long it takes? She passed, yeah. We are collecting the latecomer fee of 200 rupees. Okay? They are not even bothered. At least pay the college fee. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, so she said, first I'll remove the tube. I said, how will you remove? I'll just pull it off. What do you mean by pull it off? I said, it's okay, I'll just pull it off. When it detaches from the skin, you will just feel the pinch. I said, okay, continue. And then she was pulling. We could see the blood. I was sitting on the bed and she said, you want to sleep or sit? I said, what should I do? I said, better sleep. And then this guy is there, Chandrasekhar is there. He was holding my shoulder so that I won't feel. He was like holding the shoulder. She was pulling. Very, very huge cube she was pulling like this. And then it was pulling. And then blood was also there. And finally she stopped. So what happened? Now is the time where I am going to pull and it comes out of the skin. So okay, what should I do? So she said, take a deep breath. And then the moment she said, he was taking deep breath. She looks at her and said, not you, naughty boy. I'm telling you, till then, I have never, we are waiting for you guys to come. Till then I have never known, I have known Chandra for the last 2 years. Yeah, we are. Should we wait for some time before everyone comes? No, I'm telling you, because the last part of my speech is going to be one of the most amazing bits. No one should miss. Should we wait or continue? Okay, but you make sure you tell whatever I told them because it's very important. It's going to change their lives. Recording, huh? Very good. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll just stand at the door and call. Please come in. Anyone is coming? Sure? Let's not allow anyone. Or else better scenery, I think we have to correct here. Imagine we would have made at least 1,000 rupees. This is cover the distance which we came from. Okay, fine. Oh, they only sponsored the car.
Yes.
So till then I have never. I know Chandra from last 2 years. He is such a prankster. He never, he's like he was never. You feel that he's never serious guy. But that day I realized how much he actually cares. Because I have never realized that someone else can take deep breath on my behalf. Because I think thank you so much. So these kind of people will always make sure that you come back even if you fall. So that is something only Toastmasters does wonderfully well, I feel. And last but not the least, which Toastmasters, which I will stay in Toastmaster forever, is for that one reason, which is it never takes credit for the success of the Toastmasters. Let us say all of you have become Toastmasters. I don't want to take credit in your success. I don't want. After you are successful, let us say whatever you choose your profession to be, whether it's a fashion designer or entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, whatever it is, I don't want to take credit in your success. Because I know when you are successful, there will be a lot of people who will help you. But you know what Toastmasters does wonderfully well is, we take partnership in your efforts. We will only help you in your efforts. And it doesn't matter even if you don't care after you become successful, because we know now you have arrived, there will be people who will help you. But when you are putting the efforts, in that efforts, we will be partners. We will be partners in your efforts. So I'll help you in your dreams, you help me in my dreams, but let's not come in each other's dreams. Okay, that was a joke, but it did not work. That's okay. Some jokes don't work, no? I like the way he smiles. Can you get up and show everyone? So cute, actually. Okay, fine, relax. Let's not deviate, okay? How many of you have come late here, please? Just raise your hand. Thank you. So, nothing. We are talking about Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a public speaking organization and a leadership organization which helps people to become better individuals and better husbands. So here, the main thing we are focusing on, we are just talking about how it helps. So like I said, there is one piece of advice which I want you all to take in, and then that is when I leave the stage, and that advice is this. Lot of times when I go on like performances for the corporate shows or college shows, there were a lot of times which lot of jokes work. Some obviously don't work. And some, though they work, audience don't laugh. They don't laugh. There was this guy who was not laughing at all. Everyone was laughing. That guy was not laughing. I asked him, sir, what happened? Why are you not laughing? He said, I hate you, I'll go home and laugh. So there will be people like that, who won't encourage, who won't be part of anything which we are doing. But the advice which I want to give you is, when you encounter these kind of people, just remember these two words, and then continue with your flow. Those two words are... I think he's just playing with me. Okay, fine. Those two words are, be shameless. Be shameless. Be really shameless. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because 10 years down the line, no one cares what is happening, basically what we have done. So be shameless. Please go on. Clear? I think that's it from me. So I'll go back. 15 people have come late. So please collect 200 rupees from each of them. 3,000 rupees, enough. Thank you so much. That's it. You can applaud for the lady.
15 people who've come late, please deposit your money into Rajshekhar. And that money is going to help him take us out for a treat tonight, perhaps. Nobody laughed. Some jokes don't work. Alright. So you've heard about communication, what Toastmasters can do in terms of communication, what it can do in terms of leadership. What can it do in terms of mentoring? And the next person that I'm going to call on stage is somebody who I
A lot. Don't let me come up here and speak. But she doesn't listen. She's a Toastmaster. So, hello everyone. My name is Alfred. I've been a Toastmaster for about 5 years roughly. Okay, I won't give any special instructions about Toastmasters here. There's just one story I want to tell you that actually I remember, and it connects very well with Toastmasters as well. You've all heard of Alexander the Great, right? Alright, so what did he do?
Conquered.
Okay, conquered a part of the world. So when he started out his conquering the world, at one point he and his army were crossing the Persian desert. You know, desert, hot, no water, no food. So they stopped at one place. They didn't have water, they didn't have food. So the soldiers were demoralized. They didn't know what to do now. And you know, Alexander was at a loss. There's no water. How can I keep them going? How can I conquer the world? So after a few days, there was a caravan of gypsies passing by, and they saw this group there, this big army. They saw Alexander. They recognized him. So they went to pay their respects to the emperor. They gave him a lot of gifts, and one of them was one jar, a beautiful jar with water. Now you might know that in the desert, water is a symbol of power. So whoever has a lot of water has a lot of power. So it was a gesture, a powerful gift given to a powerful person. So Alexander accepted it. He was about to drink it when suddenly he remembered his soldiers. He thought, my soldiers are thirsty, my soldiers are hungry. How can I accept this water? I won't be part of them then. So he very politely he declined it. And when the soldiers saw this gesture of their emperor, they suddenly felt motivated. They knew that their king is not going to abandon them. He's going to be with them throughout. And that motivated them to go on after that. Now how does this connect with Toastmasters? As Rajshekhar has already told you, Chandra has told you, in Toastmasters, we help each other. We don't abandon somebody. There's no classroom teaching out here. I don't come out, or anybody else comes out and gives any lectures about speeches, giving speeches, about doing the roles. But instead we encourage people, we help them to come out. We help them to become the best that we can. Every aspect of Toastmasters is actually designed so that you develop yourself in the real world. Whether it's giving a speech, you organize your thoughts. Whether speaking impromptu, again you organize your thoughts. Then evaluations, how do you give feedback to somebody? How do you really motivate people to come out here again and again and speak? This will be helpful when you become a boss later on. And similarly, there are other roles, the listening role, the timer, the R counter, and all this. All these are actually meant to help you develop as a speaker and a leader. So this is what we do in Toastmasters. We don't leave people aside. No matter if they fail, we still pick them up and we take them along. There's one member in my club. His name is Satish Yelgoi. About a year back, we had this humorous speech contest. His speech was about the time he spent in Cochin doing his company training. That was about, I think, one and a half year back. So he wanted to talk about the skills he learned, that's Java, and the skills he tried to learn impressing girls. So now he couldn't speak at all. It's just small room, just hardly 25 people. And it was a contest. The only thing we remember from his speech was the word Java. He kept uttering it again and again. So it was a utter flop if we call it in that way. Yet now you see this time during the humorous speech contest, he actually won at the all Hyderabad level, the division level. And he reached the district final, that's the all India level final. So there I would say he came in the top 5, not in the top 3 but the top 5. One thing you can say, it's a determination not to give up. The second thing is he took strength from the fact that Toastmasters is a very friendly organization, and that's how he actually came up. So I have nothing more to say. If you want to know what's the essence of Toastmasters, it's this. We help each other grow, and we grow in that process. So just keep this in mind and think about what Toastmasters can do for you. You will learn about the roles, the different manuals, the different levels that are there in Toastmasters, what you can learn. But always, once you're a Toastmaster for the next, say, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, don't ever forget this part. We help each other grow and we grow in that process. That's all I will say.
I think he ended on a very interesting note. He said, we help each other grow. And once you get into Toastmasters, you would actually realize the beauty of this phrase that he just used. And on that note, as I had promised, we're going to have some table topics. So let me tell you what table topics is all about. In a Toastmasters meeting, one segment is reserved for impromptu speaking, 1 to 2 minutes. And why impromptu speaking? Because it tests your ability to come onto the stage and think independently in that short span of time. How can you put across your thoughts and how can you convey the message to the audience? So we'll have Rajshekhar demonstrate one table topic and then the rest of you can take turns and come here. Okay. So can we have Rajshekhar back on stage, please? The audience wants to Okay. So Toastmaster Rajshekhar. Yeah. Somebody who can help me time it up? 1 to 2 minutes. Tap the desk after 1 minute, 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes. Your topic is never give up until you are married. Toastmaster Rajshekhar, never give up until you are married.
Madam, table topic master Toastmasters and friends and people who have come here, the college students and professors and the division governors, area governors and all the other people. I think this is how you can pass time for 1 minute because 1 to 2 minutes basically. No, but this is how you learn. No, you never give up. And until marriage, I'm not understanding what is this concept about marriage. See, there are a lot of misconceptions about marriage. You know, there are certain age limits that, you know, it's like after this age, you have to get married, there's no doubt about it. You know? Like I said, my age is 22, 6 years back. So now after 28, everyone keeps asking me, why are you not getting married, why are you not getting married, as if it's some social prestige issue, you know. And we can say something like, this is why I'm not getting married, I'm focusing on my career and all. After that, they ask one more question which, you know, puts you in a soup. They ask, why are you not getting married, any problem? How would I know? No, how would I know? And especially in India, only after getting married you will know whether you have a problem. And the problem is not that. After some time you start doubting yourself whether really I have a problem or not. You know, the other day I was entering into a in-orbit mall, there's a mall in Hyderabad city. I was entering into this, the person was frisking me. I don't have any problem in frisking. What if I start enjoying it? You know, I was like, ek aur one more. So bad. So that is when I realized, okay, it doesn't matter what people say or what others say. So till I get married, I will not never give up making people laugh, and probably out of that, I'll marry someone. By the way, are you married? Okay, back to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, I chose not to answer that question for a lot of reasons. Okay, somebody said like, what are the reasons? We will connect offline and I will tell you what are those reasons. Yes, so did you manage to tap? I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I know.
He tapped at 1:30.
At 1:30.
Okay, but tap a little louder.
Okay.
With the same energy as Rajshekhar had. Yes, so now we'll have some of you come here and attend the very, very easy table topics. Whom do we begin with? Whom do we begin with? Somebody from here? Let's have 2 people from each section. Anybody, they're all your friends. And typically you would come and make presentations in your seminars and sessions that go on. Here is just 2 minutes. Okay, somebody from here? Till the time this row decides. Costa, who's been screened. screaming every other person's name. Can we have Kaustubh on stage?
I'm not the culprit, but you are supposed to know.
Okay. So you have to choose between 1 to 9. Tell me a number and I'll give you the topic. 7. Okay, that's a very interesting topic you have. Kaustubh, face the problems. Don't Facebook them. Kaustubh, face the problems. Don't Facebook them.
It has certainly to do with the time of the number of hours I spend on Facebooking rather than Akansha probably knows the best and Akshat also knows that how much time that do I spend on Facebook. Nor do I don't like to share my problems, yes, in form of some status messages, etc., blah 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 shit, etc. I do write some of the things from this, from there. Actually, it does not solve. It does not solve at the end of the day the problems that I am facing. Yes, I go to different doors. I go to my friends. My neighbors are there, and they're smiling. I do pester them. But at the end of the day, it is me who is to make the call and to take the decision finally. And I'm absolutely fine with that. Slowly over a period of time, gradually, I can say that I'm maturing enough in order to understand actually what it takes, the grit from inside and the willful disposition from yourself. If it is coming from yourself, it has to be your and authentic. Thank you.
The next person,
Abhishek.
Abhishek. Can we have Abhishek here? So now that number 8 is gone, between 1 sorry, yeah, number 7 is gone between the remaining digits. Okay. Abhishek, love your neighbor, but don't love your neighbor, but don't update on Facebook. Love your neighbor, but don't update on Facebook, Abhishek.
Okay, so now is the time that when you don't really need to gossip about anyone by whispering into one's ears. You just type it on Facebook. You can just select the privacy settings and you can just adjust who can see it. So it is more like that. If you love your neighbor and you don't want to let that news spread like a wildfire, please do not update that on Facebook, because it is like someone at a very close proximity of yours. Like tomorrow, if you are in love with someone on campus and you end up updating it, we all know that how things spread in our campus and in what ways they can possibly be taken. So it's just that you need to be very careful while you are expressing yourself on Facebook, and it's just you should trust the people. It's just you should tell important things to those people who you think you'll be able to trust. That's it.
Thank you. We've had one person from here, one from here, one from here.
Akshat.
Akshat. Let's hear it for Akshat. Now you know which are the numbers that are not there.
So I go with number 5.
Number 5. Akshat, everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Akshat.
Alright, so the first thing that I was reminded of was a quote, and it says that here I come hell. So we've all been very active on Facebook. We all see a lot of memes and all those actions and all those things that really interest us, and we all get into it. Like once I heard somebody speaking about today, it is very nice of us to say that okay, that guy is bad. So all those negative connotations that we use today in a positive way, in a good way. So what I want to say is that yes, heaven, how we are speaking about, let's not think about the bad side of it. Let's get ourselves back to the right track. Let's think in the right direction. Let's think in the positive direction. we've all been accustomed to thinking in the wrong direction over the last few years, I would say. So the topic was, let's think in terms of the right direction. Let's think in terms of the 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 right ways. For example, heaven. For example, Unilever is coming up with the Project Sunlight, which they use it as #bright future. So it is a very beautiful way of saying that let's love each other, as one of the other Toastmasters here presented, that let's just encourage the positivity around. Let's just possibly bring out the best in ourselves and appreciate others, and let's enjoy the life. That's it.
Thank you. The next volunteer, please. Ambika, you want to take a try? That's your in for it. Yes, so which is your favorite number now that there are too many of them left? Number 1. Your name, please? Padmanabh. We are born intelligent, emotions make us foolish. We are born, I'll repeat it to you. We are born intelligent, emotions make us foolish. Padmanabh.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I quote a statement of Swami Vivekananda. He says, all power is within you. You can do anything and everything, just believe in that. So I can understand that all power is within you. You are born intelligent, but the thing which happens in our life, we apply our perception. We go with our emotions in number of the cases. So what we need to do, just think that you are capable of thinking on your own, but at the same time listen to others. Try to come their feelings, try to come their emotions, and understand those emotions in their manner. Don't apply your perception, don't apply your sentiments, don't apply your emotions. When you think that you are so much emotional, yeah, you can just go with your point of view, your perception. So try to be rational. I would like to be honest. Actually, I go with my emotions number of times, but I'll try to I will try to remove this bad habit. Thank you all.
Thank you. The second last volunteer. We've not had any girl who's come and participated. So Akansha, what numbers are you? You have 2, you have 4, 6, 8 and 9. 9? Okay, Akansha. Self-help books do work, but they work financially for the authors. I'll repeat it. Self-help books do work, but they work financially for the authors. Akansha.
Well, I have read a few self-help books. I don't think they work financially for the author per se. I think they have a purpose which they have to serve. And if some people feel that they are a little underconfident, or they have a certain problem and they are not able to talk to other people about it, and they are not able to find a solution to it, so they can refer to these self-help books. Like recently I read a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now it sounds very lame, right? A 22-year-old girl is reading such a book. But then I feel that if I read that book, it serves me a purpose. I can connect to certain parts of that book. So I feel if you are, there's no wrong in reading such self-help books for your own benefit. So if you feel that you connect with some book and you find something in it which helps you and benefits you in a certain way, then go for it. No shame. That's it.
And who wants to come on stage the last? Yes. Okay, you don't have a choice. I'll give you the topic. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Usman Banerjee.
Upmanyu Banerjee.